Good morning, Murdoch Middle School. It's Mr. Hoyle here. Man, we haven't been on the air in...
Well, the field trip thing.
The field trip, yeah, that was it. I know, they've been cutting our airtime down.
Yeah,
it's like ridiculous. It's like they don't want us on camera anymore.
No, I don't think they do. It would take too long sometimes.
Anyways, I'm here with Mr. Monteleone, and apparently I'm supposed to be interviewing this guy for once, and he's supposed to have a bunch of answers for us. Anyways, coming up pretty soon, Mr. Monteleone, is our EOC boot camp for Civics. Now, what is this? Are we going to be doing like drills out in the back where the kids have to run under barbed wire and stuff like that?
And honestly, when I've said boot camp, that's the reaction I get from some of the kids. Are like, a boot camp? I'm like, no, not like that.
Marching, anything like that?
Right? No.
Jumping jacks?
No. Oh. Even though that does have a military, connection, but no. So the EOC Civics boot camp, guys, is going to be it's by invitation. So in the next couple days after the weekend, you guys are probably going to get an invitation. Some of you. I think there's 100 of them, select from all different civics classes, and if we think that you're on the bubble in a way where you can really do well on the EOC, then we're gonna invite you to come so that we can make sure to kind of stuff as much civics content knowledge in your heads as possible 6 days before the EOC. So based on EOY scores from USA Test Prep, and based on also some of you, based on the ability just that you've had maybe the ability all year, but maybe you didn't score too hot on the EOY, but we still think you're good, or maybe you scored pretty well in the EOY, but we still think just in case we want you to come. Based on that, we made a list of 100 kids that we think would be perfect for this, and we want you to come to the EOC boot camp. It's on May 11th. And it's from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. and then there's pizza afterwards.
Free free food, so hey, I mean, you might as well show up.
I've had people saying farewell, they're going to come just for the wings and rings. So come to the boot camp just for the pizza, whatever, that's fine. But there's going to be food there too, and we're going to be doing cahoots. We're going to be USA Test Prep questions. There might be an Edgenuity section with some intensive questions, which sounds like ugh, but that's what you're going to need to do well in the EOC. So this is an important test, and Wheeler and I know for sure, and I'm sure Miss Morello as well, has been stressing the importance of this exam. So if you want to do well on it, this is a good way to kind of do that right beforehand. And Mr. Wheeler's also going to be doing some tutoring on Mondays and Wednesdays starting next week on the 29th as well. On the 29th?
Don't look at me. I don't have a calendar in front of me.
29th, yes.
We'll go with 29th.
29th,
show up,
Monday the 29th.
And if he's all confused,
No, it is Monday the 29th. I was trying to make sure that those days matched up right. But yeah, the 29th, Monday, after school, I think Wheeler's room, he will be doing tutoring as well. But that's only for these people who get the invitation. So the invitation may come out on Friday today, but it's most likely going to probably come out Monday.
So. All right. Hey, and quick question. Speaking of the civics test that's coming up, how do you and Wheeler and Morello feel about this test? You guys thinking you're going in confident?
These kids are, for the most part, we have a group of kids that they're trying, and this is a lot of content. Civics is a very different class, almost like high school type knowledge for 7th grade. So we believe in you guys, and we want you to know that. We want you to have the confidence to go in, but we don't want you to be like, nah, I'm good, no problem. Like, take it seriously, but we believe you can do well. We want you to do well. We've been trying to give you whatever you need, so do the best you can. Yeah,
prep, you got to make sure you prep before the test, definitely. So this boot camp will definitely help you out. Even if you're not sure, you get this invite, you might want to just show up just in case. That one question might mean the difference between a totally different, a 3 to a 4, or 4 to a 5.
Or 2 to a 3, which is passing and not passing.
Yeah, there you go. So. All right, then coming up, we got our spring football. What's going on with that? Is this at, college over here?
No, college.
Elementary school? Like, what is this?
Well, that's quite the drop-off.
Oh, well, yeah,
college
I just,
elementary.
Yeah.
No, it's for 8th graders, boys or girls. Obviously, more boys tend to go, but girls are invited too. I heard a couple girls that were interested, and that's great.
Good.
But it's for 8th graders only, though, right now. Coach Ingman from the high school, he's been doing great things over the last couple of years. He's an amazing high school football coach. He has asked Mr. Wheeler and also myself, when wrestling's over, to kind of go over and help with spring football. And he's going to have the 8th graders lifting weights.
Yep.
And also, I actually started this week. We've had about 5 to 10 kids from our school and then a couple from Port Charlotte Middle as well. They're going. And they're lifting weights for now. Once they get more people, which is why I'm doing this, because there hasn't been as many people as I had hoped right off the bat. But if there's more people next week, they're going to start taking you out on the field and doing some drills and practicing. So if you're interested in playing football for the high school next year, which, they had an amazing year this past year. They, made the playoff. They're a very good team. And with Ingman at the helm, he's doing a great job. So if you're interested in playing for a really successful program and playing in high school, then this is a great time to get to know the coach and have him see what your potential is, maybe start thinking what position you're going to be playing, and this way he can have ideas for you before the season even starts. It kind of gives you a head start on all the other players for next year. So I recommend coming out if you're interested in football, and we all know football is a big sport here in America. So come out. It is, if you want to go, there is, I think you get fed there as well. I don't think it's quite pizza every day.
What is up with all this like free food?
I know.
The kids is ridiculous.
But it is going to be, there's going to be food there as well. It's nothing major, but it's something to fill you up. And you're going to be going to the high school. Wheeler's going to walk over there with you. And then you're going to be, so what you would do if you want to go is after school, you go to Mr. Wheeler's room, which is G7 in the 7th grade pod. Go to Wheeler's room, and he will walk over to the high school with you, and you either lift weights or go out on the field. So it'll be a good time. It'll be a good way to introduce yourself.
See, and tying this back into civics also, if you prep for the football, spring football season, especially the 8th graders going to the 9th grade, it gives you a leg up on the other competition. Just like when you go to the EOC boot camp for civics, it's giving you a leg up on the competition.
It's true.
Okay, and then finally, we're going into wrestling was last night. That was a full crowd.
I was hoping that I could come today and say that we went 3-0, but we didn't. Port Charlotte Middle, they beat us, but that's okay because our wrestlers gave it their absolute all. Jacob Peterson killed it, did a great job, got 2 victories there. He's been doing it a long time, though, and what I want everyone to know, Mariners out there, everyone else on that team, I don't know that any of them, to my knowledge, have really had any other experience other than just this year, the last month or so. And we have, pretty much every player on that team has either taken it all 3 rounds or have gotten at least 1 victory or a pin or something. So, and even 1 or 2 players who haven't, they've come very close. And these are all players who are just starting out wrestling this year. We went 2-1 in the regular season. Our tournament is May 4th at Charlotte High School at 9 o'clock in the morning, I believe. So May 4th, 9 o'clock in the morning, if you are able to go to that wrestling tournament and kind of cheer on your Mariners, that'd be great because we beat Punta Gorda Middle last week.
Which is ridiculously hard from what I heard, right? Normally Punta Gorda Middle has all of the decent team.
Right.
It's ridiculously hard. When you beat them, it's a big
thing.
They're
pretty much practicing for wrestling when they come out of the womb. They're, you know what I mean? In Punta Gorda, they have a youth wrestling program there that we don't have here in Murdoch. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
So we don't have that youth following like they do. So the fact that we were able to beat Punta Gorda is an amazing feat. And then, last night we didn't win against Port Charlotte Middle, but it's okay because we gave it our all. And every single match literally came down to, if he would have just done this move a little differently, he would have come away with the pin, or but instead it switched around on him or her.
Practice makes perfect, though.
Exactly,
the more you get these. And
Alyssa Lewin got the win last night too.
That's right.
She did a great job
there are some girl Mariners that are playing on
Gabby
the team.
Gibson too. So this is also just a call for not only this year to celebrate how well the Mariners did in wrestling this year, beating LA Angel and Punta Gorda both handedly, and giving it their all yesterday. And hopefully you come to the tournament on Saturday, May 4th. It's not only a celebration of that, but it's also a call to the Mariners for next year. 7th and 8th graders, I believe it's still going to, I think basketball and track you're going to be able to do as 6th graders, but I think volleyball and wrestling will still be only 7th and 8th.
Hold on. So we're mixing it up next year. So 6th graders are going to be able to get on the basketball team.
Possibly. It's not 100%, but possibly. So
that's crazy.
Possibly. If not, don't quote me on that yet. We'll see. It's in the works. But
they're going to be knocking on your door.
Yeah, I know. Excuse me.
Monteleone told me I could do this.
But wrestling, though, you got to be 7th or 8th grade. But anyone out there, Mariners, that are going to be at Murdoch Middle next year, whether you're in 6th, 7th grade, you are going to be able to wrestle next year. So if you want to be a Mariner wrestler, then think about that now. There's girls and boys that are on the team right now that are doing great things. So I think some of our coaches that are helping out right now, like Coach Bianconi and Coach Rob, they're going to probably come next year and try to kind of do some recruiting and try to get you interested in it more. But start thinking about that now because it's a great sport to get into.
Well, and also
give it their all. It's awesome.
Tying in with prepping, if you're wrestling, that's a keyword here, by the way, guys. If you're wrestling in middle school, you're more likely to get on the team at Port Charlotte High or Charlotte High or anything like that. And in most athletics sports, there are scholarships, right, to colleges and stuff like that. So, this gives you opportunities to possibly get your schooling, if you go to college, paid for by somebody else, which is always a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like free food almost.
Basketball and football, baseball even, soccer. I know those are really a popular sports, and those are sports that you've probably been playing for a while. We all have. There's sports that are available everywhere from all over, but some of the sports that you can get scholarships for that you don't think about are things like wrestling or even tennis. I know there's some tennis players out there. We don't have that here, but tennis, Golf, especially golf. I was talking to, I think, Caroline. She was in one of my classes, and she was saying she likes golf. And I'm like, if you're a girl that likes golf, that's awesome, because there's not tons of you guys out there. So if you get good at that now, that's something you can, use for a scholarship later. So try to find something you like, and wrestling's a good thing right now that you can get used to, and try to test your skills at it and get good at it, and try to use that, to your advantage in the future to get a scholarship. So we got EOC Civics Boot Camp, spring football, wrestling tournament coming up May 4th. A lot of cool things going on, not to mention testing coming up. Do your best with all that. So let's go. It's a good time to be a Mariner, guys.